Way back in the day, you chose to raise a Series A from two venture capitalists at the time, as opposed to just picking maybe just one. Any advice for founders? Do you think they should be thinking about two people for a Series A, or is it in your, would you say it's equal to just pick one at that moment in time?
It does not matter. I think the reason I picked two was I thought it would be easier. I have two firms to do future rounds, but over time I learned it didn't really. It wouldn't have made a difference. If you're so, my advice to the founders is like, focus on finding the right partner. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you've now raised venture from 5, tier 1 firms, and to say a little more. What advice would you give them in terms of how do you pick between these people ultimately to share this journey?
Yeah, that's that's one of the hardest things for all founders to pick the right venture, the right investors, the right venture partners, right? The advice I would give to is like, you have to look at the firm, but more importantly, you have to look at the person who's going to be your partner for a long time. Because that's very important. I look at a few things. One is like very strong alignment and belief. Because I look at I want believers on the side, right? It's hard. Startups are hard. You are going after a mission, a bold mission most of the times, right? And if you have investors who are, there are investors who really are not really believers in your mission, but they are investing because everyone else is interested in investing. There are VCs, you in the venture world know that well. My first advice is stay away from those. You want people who truly believe in your company, your mission, your vision, and not just investing because they want someone else is believing in it. So that's first. The second is, I really think one of the advice I would like to give to founders is pick VC partners who have really great track record of working well with entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneur friendly. They understand the kind of things you go through as an entrepreneur all the time. Like it's building big businesses are hard. You go through all sort of issues. So the last thing you want is having any kind of that you are any kind of a negative influence on from venture partners. So that's so you have to do your diligence. You have to do the references, people who have great track record of that. So that's very important. The third part is I look at is establishing the right kind of help you can get as well, right? So it's every investor would claim the things they could help on. So you have to figure out what things you would like help on. And what extent do you want help on? And can you really get that or not?
Got it. Well, I want to dig into this for a second, because AppDynamics is a bit unique for me, as you know. I have been, from the moment I met you, I've been very interested in investing in your company. Back in your Series C, unfortunately I came in second place. But I didn't give up. I pursued, future rounds, and we're now investors and very happy to be investors. What advice would you give to me to what I could have done differently to have won that round?
I think a lot of it comes to the spending more time and kind of knowing the company and knowing each other. And it was that's where it came down to. It's. We spent a lot more time after that round, and I got to know you more. You got to know the company more, and I knew the belief you have, and that how helpful you could be for the company. How you could be a great partner. But at that time, it was still early in that building of that relationship, and that was part of it. It was a hard choice for us. It's we had multiple great offers, and at some it was a close. It was very close. But I'm personally very glad and very excited. Knowing you more after that you are, first of all, you score extremely high on all the criteria I have of how I would pick a venture partner.
Good.
So it's, I'm glad that you're an investor now.
It sounds like the advice maybe you'd give is not that different from hiring someone on your senior team. You want to get to know them well, over a long period of time, and then pick your venture partner in a very similar way.
Totally, yes. As you know well, it's even harder because the relationship with your VCs, your investors, and that's what I tell every founders. You can't get a divorce easily.
Yeah.
So it's not that okay, let's get married soon. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You just can't do it. You have to be very careful about the relationship you're getting into.
It's actually the only business relationship I know that doesn't have a termination clause.
Yeah.
And it's very unique in that sense. And that's advice I give to my founders. I said, you're stuck with this person probably for a very, very long time.